Buongiorno, everyone. Welcome back to the Magpie Channel podcast. Anarchy Brewery. Yeah. Bash. Cheers to that. Season's over, Keg. The long, old slog has finished. We have finished in 7th. We are here to talk all things season review, end of awards, player of the season, all that sort of stuff. The Mags are in Australia at the minute. We'll look ahead at the FA Cup final because, of course, that has bearings on if we do get our passports out for next year. So let's just jump in, Kate, the breaking news that's just came out, so we don't know much about it. It is fresh. I've posted on our social media channels about it already, but just to run through for you lot, if you haven't seen it, the Mail are breaking this story on Dan Ashworth. If you want to just bring up my post there on social media, where I quickly just summarised about it. Basically, he's been a naughty boy, hasn't he, Danny?
Yeah.
Danny boy's been a naughty boy. Dan Ashworth, email blunder, has opened up the door to tapping up probe. So basically, Ashworth has had an absolute nightmare. Nightmare for Ashworth. What a snake.
I know.
What a snake.
I hope this absolutely royally does him up the bum, this, like. Because,
me too.
Like, like I said, don't know what it means. It's literally just broke just as we've pressed play here. But yeah, hopefully it's some sort of tapping up thing, and he's going to get knackered or Man United's going to get knackered for tapping up. Like, whatever it is. Sounds funny.
Someone's getting knackered. Yeah. So, in essence, it's been revealed that Ashworth sent a message to a nufc account revealing secret exchange with incoming Man U chief Omar Barada, who's on Man City garden leave. These bloody love garden leave, don't they?
Yeah, that's the new bloody Titchmarsh show. What was it called back in the day?
The wrong game. Yeah, can I go on garden leave and get full pay for absolutely no reason? Before, this is the key thing here, so these two were talking to each other when they were still at the previous clubs before Man United made an actual approach to either of them. Ashworth sent a blind copy to his own Newcastle email address, clumsily disclosing to the club the covert negotiations with Barada. Not very covert there, Daniel. Wouldn't get a job on the old CSI, FPI, MI5. Not for you, Danny. Stick to the
Bauer, are you?
No, certainly not. Man United at this point had not informed Newcastle of their interest in Ashworth. So this was all done sneakily.
Behind the backs, yeah. Behind Newcastle's back, yeah. So obviously Man United and Omar Barada had contact while he was still at Man City as well. So, yeah, they've all been a little bit snaky.
Snaky snakes.
Yeah, and snakes are going to climb down them ladders.
Honestly, all joking aside, that is actually a disgrace, to be fair. Like,
it's horrible.
So bad. That is so bad.
But
how unprofessional, man.
Yeah, but we've already kind of washed our hands with him. So, don't know if this is going to affect his move to Man United. Probably not. But, yeah, we've washed our hands with a little snake anyway. So, yeah, but hopefully there's some consequences, repercussion up in here.
Yeah, repercussions.
Somebody.
More compensation fee.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
All the transfer budgets.
Yeah, so, yeah, whatever it is, sounds good for us. Like, say we've already pretty much let him leave, so, because we're still paying him this gardening leave. He still gets his full wage, doesn't he? So,
for nothing since February.
Hopefully this has some big repercussion on him or Man United. As long as we benefit from it, then that is what it is. He's gone anyway, fuck him, he's out the door. Yeah, hopefully someone gets this company bite on the arse.
It makes him in a terrible light, doesn't it? He looks
makes him look like an idiot.
Really bad now. Yeah. All this reputation, golden boy from England with Southgate, and he did wonders at Brighton, and then he was into the Newcastle project. And now he just looks like a massive twat. Yeah,
he does, and I'm all for it. Yeah, like I say, he's snaked us out of the job, so yeah.
See you later, Danny. As Aaron said here as well, there's no wonder that Howe's been so reluctant to comment on him in press conferences when these things come to light, because it shows that he's like, well, we know how much of a how bad he is, how much of a snake he is behind closed doors, but we kind of come out and say that.
Yeah, aye. Oh, man.
It makes him look absolutely shocking, really unprofessional, and an absolute scumbag. Breached his contract, really. So,
like I say, I don't know if this is going to affect his move to Man United, because, like I say, it puts him in a really bad light, and if people are getting a hold of it that Man United's still going to employ this guy, maybe they might think they might look elsewhere. If it's going to cost them more in compensation or whatever, then they might think, is he really worth it? And then, actually, now he's a bit of a job because we're not going to have him back.
No. So, where he belongs.
Yeah.
Where he belongs. But now all his buddies are there at Man U. That Barada starts at Old Trafford this summer from Man City. Obviously, his pal there with Ineos and Jim Ratcliffe and Brailsworth and all the rest of them. So they're all just one little gang, man, aren't they? So he won't have an issue getting a job. But hopefully, what happens is we get more money.
Yeah, like I say, whatever the compensation fee or whatever it means, it smells good for us. But don't really know too much about it. But snakes will be snakes.
Those are the snakes, and those are the breaking news. Apparently, there's another one from Anthony in the chat saying Pochettino's been sacked, according to Romano's Twitter. Let's hope Anthony's not just on the wind up for us, and that is the case.
Wouldn't be surprised at all because it's Chelsea.
But that's a bit mad. Going on Romano's Twitter.
Light bulbs in the bloody changing room last longer than Chelsea managers.
Oh well, the DI. The thing is though, like when they've got 6, and he's pulled it around a little bit. The manager market's not great at the minute for me because who'd you get him to replace him?
Matt Law from the Telegraphs.
Everyone's on it now, are they? Yeah. Matt Pochettino has left Chelsea. I think there was something on earlier I heard on TalkSport. They were saying that Pochettino was considering leaving if he didn't have full control of a transfers this summer. So that's obviously happened as well. There you go.
Was the first one on it.
Fabrizio Romano from Matt Lowe as well has said that Pochettino and Chelsea part ways with immediate effect. Chelsea will consider a young manager as priority to replace Pochettino.
How about I forgot his name, the Brighton manager.
Graham Potter. Deserby now. Who's now free.
Well, yeah, could be, to be fair.
He's taking on a Brighton player. Bring back Frankie Lampard.
Bring him back.
Proper Chelsea.
2 more years.
Get him in. But big move that from Chelsea. If they're going to go down that young route, they've got young enough players. To be fair, all the players are like 21.
Into the season, didn't they?
Really, sneaking in ahead 5 wins in a row, got 3 of them above us and Man U.
That's mad, because it wasn't that long ago, they were like 20th. We were laughing at them. 20th, sorry, 12th. Well, Cole Palmer had, I think, 20 goals, and you were saying if it wasn't for Palmer's goals, then they'd be in the bottom 3. And this mad run, they finished ahead of us.
I can't believe that. And he did get them in a cup final as well, remember, Poch?
Yeah, that's true.
So, and he's got them in Europa League now, if Man U don't win the cup. So, there's obviously been a dispute between himself, the control over what's going to happen this summer with Todd Bowley and the rest of them.
It's just same old Chelsea, Abramovich, Bowley, it's the same person. It's like a bloody Scooby-Doo mask. It's like that meme where you take the mask off and it's the same person underneath. Now it's changed. Like, these managers don't get a minute.
No, they don't get a chance, do they?
It's hilarious. I'm all right.
I wonder who the odds are. Let us know in the chat. People who's rumoured to be coming in. Anthony's saying there, Will Still. Well, he's the one kid from France, isn't he?
Still, aye.
Audrey Foxy and Allegri. Well, he's definitely not young, so that wouldn't suit the
True.
The one. Steve Bruce. Bruce at Chelsea. How's the bridge, did you say? Anyways, that's the breaking news we've covered in the opening 8 minutes for you. Let's talk Newcastle United now. Let's talk Brentford. We've finished off the season, Keg, with a resounding victory. 4-2. I say resounding. It was resounding at half-time. Scooty bum time.
Scary doors,
towards the end, without getting penalties, but then we got it anyways. We got it over the line, 4-2. We're seeing big players back. Joe Linton, Poe, Shaw started as well, but I think he had the best of games. What did you make of the win?
Well, like you say, resounding. First half, we're absolutely battering it. We knew that we needed to win to make sure that we're going to finish ahead of Man United. Minimum. If Chelsea were going to lose, then we could have crept up into 6th, and that's all we need to do, just get the 3 points, and that was it. Half-time, job done. Then we conceded 2 goals. I'm like, fuck. Yeah, we're going.
Here we go.
We're going to finish 8th. Man United's going to come ahead of us. We're going to absolutely bottle this. But, we got the penalty free kick and got that 4th goal just to give it that little cushion. And then that was game over, thankfully. We had a little bit of scare. But, we pulled it back, 4 goals away, can't complain. So, not a bad performance. Like I said, having some of your important players back, maybe it's a few weeks too shy, like you have Popes and Joe Linton's. Shaw coming back, whether he was fit or not, like you say, not his best game. Trippier was on the bench, wasn't he? Trippier didn't even get a game from the start, at least, anyway. Got the job done. Won the game. That's all that we really needed to do. We'll finish 7th, not really where we wanted to be because of Chelsea's late run, but 7th is fine considering the season that we've had with injuries and the cup draws and whatnot. Tonali suspension. It's been a tough out season, so to finish 7th and hopefully some European football next season. That's the big question. Happy enough. Got the job done at the end of the day.
How much did we miss Joe Linton, man?
Yeah.
I'm telling you, if he had been playing on Wednesday at Old Trafford, we don't lose that game.
Yeah, I'm surprised he didn't.
I can't believe it.
Because he was back, was it 2 weeks before?
He'd been on the bench since
2
Burnley.
weeks before then,
Burnley, Brighton on the bench, Man U on the bench.
I was surprised there wasn't more changes, obviously because we haven't spoken since then, because it was Wednesday night, so 6 days ago. So yeah, we haven't recouped since them games. I thought we would have made more changes for Man United. Pope especially as well. Joelinton and Pope, big decisions. I don't know why they were left out.
Ones that backfired, if you ask me, because we're beat Old Trafford.
Because Man United weren't great.
No,
they won the game.
Well, crap. We were still the better side. We still missed loads of chances.
Yeah.
Still missed loads of chances.
No, it wasn't the best of games, like in general, really. Like, yeah, Newcastle were poor, but so were Man United.
Aye.
And yeah, like Hall kind of got a consolation goal right at the deep.
Great strike.
It was a fantastic strike, but yeah, we were kind of bad, really. Like 3-1 right until the dying seconds. Awful performance from us because they were shit, and it proven why they finished 8th. Like, I'd have been raging come the Brentford game if we didn't get anything and we finished below them.
Oh, me too.
I'm kind of pissed off that we finished below Chelsea because they've been shite all season.
I know. Laughing stock, haven't they, all season?
Yeah, literally been a laughing stock and finished ahead of us and Man United. It's like crazy where they came from. So I'm a bit bitter about that, but we'll finish ahead of Man United. That's the main thing.
That's the main thing. First time ever in Premier League history. Got the job done. Finished above them. But Nick Pope as well. I mentioned Big Joe. Got to mention Big Popey. Because Pope makes 2 brilliant saves at crucial times there at the G-Tech Stadium on the last day of the season. And again, for me, these are the differences in why you have to bolster your squad. Because when we miss Pope and Dubravka steps in, not good enough. When you miss Joelinton and you bring in someone else that we've got sitting there in the background, not good enough to that level where you want to be. You want to be top 4, top 6, because Pope saves. Dubravka doesn't make them, and then Brentford are back in the game. And even again against Man U, we'll talk about this as we haven't seen each other. You know, even Diallo's strike, good strike, Hoyland, decent, but again, they're just going through Dubravka's hands.
Hoyland's
the goal
was
not be there.
Frustrating for me. I didn't get it. I was having a look. Like, I was thinking, is there like offside or something? Is there a flag up? Is VAR? Because it was just so like anticlimactic. It was like in slow motion. It didn't look like the greatest of hits from Hoyland. Looks like he kind of like scuffed it a bit, and it just comes really, really slowly into the corner. It looked like there should have been plenty of time for Dubravka to deal with it, but he doesn't.
When I was sitting in Old Trafford, I thought, oh wow, he's really got behind that. He's put it right in the corner, and you watch it back, I'm like, why hasn't he saved that?
It's a poor shot.
How hasn't he saved that? He's just so slow to dive, man.
Yeah,
so slow to dive.
I think Dubravka's height as well is just like a huge advantage. As good as he is a goalkeeper, I think he's 6'6" or 6'7" frame, like works wonders for him. Like that extra length. Yeah, Pope's extra height. Right? Dubravka's not small. He's got to be 1'6", if that, maybe he's a little bit taller. But yeah, Pope's big 6'6", 6'7" frame. Like, pulls him out with some damage, I think. Like, he makes better saves because he's just so bloody long. Like, them long arms that can make saves that Dubravka and shorter goalkeepers just simply can't make.
No, they can't. And John's put this in the question in as well. If we buy that, he's got Mamvish. It's Mamadishvili. He said they didn't know his name. Mamadishvili from Valencia will link with him. 35 million. Valencia have actually announced that they're going to sign a new goalkeeper today. There's loads of videos circulating around of Mamadishvili on the final day at the post, sitting down, crying, all that. Looks like he's set to leave. Newcastle are leading the race for him. Georgian keeper. He's 6'6" or something, 6'7". Great age. Got the whole game. I think he's only 23. Very highly rated keeper.
Yeah.
I love him.
I'm in for him, yeah. I like Pope, and I think I've maybe said it a couple of times, but I just don't think Pope is our future. I think he stepped in at the right time. He was a bit of an upgrade over Dubravka at the time. I think at the time it was a little bit weird because Dubravka had been our hero for like 5 years, keeping us out of relegation battles under Brucey. And it didn't feel like he needed replacing. I think if there was going to be money invested, it needed to be in other areas. Goalkeeper was fine. So signing Pope, 10 million, out. Proven, experienced Premier League goalkeeper, a couple of England caps. I didn't really get it, but when we've seen him, like, yeah, he's an upgrade, without a doubt. He's a big upgrade, but he's not perfect. And I'm not just talking about the injury that he had. That was a bit of a freakish, dislocated shoulder. Can't really help that. But he's over 30 and his distribution's a bit shit. So, yeah, you can upgrade him. Like the 10 million signing, the upgrade over Dubravka, really underrated business. So we can keep him for another year, 2 at most. But he's not long term. I think we can upgrade over Pope because it's the modern day. Everyone wants like a modern day type like goalkeeper that can like play with his feet and can distribute. Pope can't do that. He's an old school goalkeeper whose distribution's fucking shocking.
It's bad.
So
Puts it out the throw-ins.
Yeah,
you know
so an upgrade. I wouldn't. Still, I don't know if I would really want to spend his type of money because he's going to cost a bag, and he's going to be. But then again, City and Liverpool done that on Ederson and Alisson. Like
70,
they were both
million.
60 odd million, 60, 70 million, like which I think is crazy money for a goalkeeper. But it did push them onto the next level. Liverpool definitely needed to upgrade Karius. That was for damn sure. Especially after his Champions League antics. He was money well spent. Ederson seemed a bit of a funny one because, to be fair, I was going to say, I don't think Joe Hart deserved to be replaced at the time, just same as Dubravka, but obviously you can see where the upgrade was. But
got to be cut through.
But it wasn't Ederson, was it? It was the... Who the hell did they have? Claudio Bravo.
Oh,
he was a bit wank, wasn't he?
He wasn't the best.
So, Ederson was a big upgrade over him and Joe Hart as well. So, money well spent.
He's picking up another medal last weekend. You see that? I couldn't believe it. I can't believe he's still there.
I don't really want to spend too much money on a goalkeeper, but if he's going to be that sort of Ederson, Alisson type who's really going to push one and start playing the game from the back, keeping possession, then probably going to be worth it.
I think it's going to be worth it. I think it's one of those positions where I get fans saying, do we really have the money to spend 35 million on a goalkeeper when...
Is he going to be that cheap?
When we need... Apparently, that's a release clause,
if he's got a release clause for 35, I'd pay that. I was thinking it was going to be like 70 million or something. I was like,
no, 35.
That's right. I'd pay that.
So if you can get that in, I know people are saying, right winger, striker, centre-back. Obviously, we don't need centre-backs. But for me, Pope is a very, very good shot stopper.
Yep.
But he's just his all-round game, and you mentioned it in the modern day, it just isn't quite there. If you want to take that next step up, he's not going to be there. Put it this way, would Pope get into any of the teams in and around us? Probably not. So when I look at that, and I think for us going forward, Mamadashvili, you mentioned Alisson, Ederson, he could be our next top keeper for the next 10 years type of thing, and build on that. Players out from the back, can learn on already how. He doesn't really need to, but it looks class already. So I think that'll be a top sign. I hope we can get it done.
Where my big upgrade for Pope over Dubravka was his decision making. I think Dubravka was a great shot stopper, hasn't really been that great in shot stopping this season, but I think Dubravka and Pope are both very good shot stoppers. I think Pope's a minor upgrade in the shot stopping area, but where the big difference was decision making, like collection, knowing whether to, like, I think we said it for years under Dubravka.
Yes.
He either didn't know whether to come off of his line or stay on his line or come out and catch or punch. And most of the time, he got it wrong. Whatever he chose to do wasn't the right option. Whereas Pope, I think, is a much more assured keeper in that aspect. I think his decision-making is a lot better. Collection, much better. Shot stopping, minor improvement. But like I say, he's still the old school, and both of their distributions are fucking shit. So, I think that's a big part in the modern game is distribution. And, if I don't know how tall this kid is. If he is 6'6", then
6'7".
Like I said, that height on a goalkeeper is a big advantage. But if his decision making's as good, if not better than Pope, if his shot stopping's as good, if not better than Pope, but his distribution's a million miles better than £35 million a bargain.
It is a bargain. It's a steal. Cheers to Jabba Dabba Doo 1 for the super chat. He's betting Newcastle top 4 next season. £100 on it.
All right.
That'll be a good return. Down for it. That'll be a good return. I like the confidence, Jabba Dabba Doo 1. Get on it. Top 4. Early shout for me. I think it'll be difficult, but I think we could maybe go for 4th again, but it's hard to say without the transfer window.
23 years old, 6'6".
6'6", tell you. I'm going to go 23 right now. Thank you.
Excuse me,
and he's Georgian, isn't he?
Yeah, he's Georgian.
Petsabaya sentence. Timuri. Need to recommend him. Good stuff.
Yep.
And another message here from Brent, who's a member. Shout out Brent for becoming a member. Remember, you can join the My channel, become a member as well. Do monthly giveaways and all sorts on the channel. Get Mama Kelly Tossin for 35 million and spend cash elsewhere. Exactly. We could bring them 3 in because obviously Kelly Tossin
doesn't be free,
0.
Yeah.
Then that's
not
very,
bad,
very nice.
To be fair, if you think maybe have a 100 million minimum budget, depending on how finances are going to change.
Exactly.
So you spend 100, 150 million, and only 35 of it goes on a really good upgrade goalkeeper, 2 great depth piece options at centre back could come in and start, then already we're improving our squad and we've barely scratched the surface. So that'd be class business. Yeah.
And you get at least save a 60 million. You're touching nearly 100 million after that, and then sell some players, Wilson and that.
Yeah.
Probably spend about 130, 140 mil. Get another player or two in. Lovely stuff, man. It's going to be a good summer. Stay tuned. Just quickly round up the Brentford game then. I want to shout out to Jacob Murphy as well, who got an assist and a goal. And the way he won that one for Isak was very good. Snatched the ball off the Brentford player. I can't remember who it was. And then laid it towards the Bruno and then Isak. So that was nice. Obviously, he was in the right place at the right time from Isak's great cross. So Murphy's been having a really good run of form.
Yeah. He's so underrated, man. Like, he is
unsung hero. We're getting that award
soon. He really is. Yeah, he's a really good unsung hero. I think he's been absolutely class. It's so underrated. And his brother scored 2 goals to get Oxford to the championship and now. So
what a weekend for the Murphys.
Good weekend for the Murphys. Well done, boys. I think Murphy just really does go underrated. Like, I think I pointed out a couple of weeks ago, his pass for the first goal against Sheffield United, that like through ball, defense splitting pass to Isaac, first touch, bottom corner, bang, beautiful ball. Like his delivery, like everything. Like he's a really good player. For someone who struggled to get in the team under fucking Steve Bruce, had a couple of loan spells. Was it West Brom and where else did he go? Sheffield United, Sheffield Wednesday, I think. Couldn't get in the team for Atsu and a couple others. Was Rolando Aaron still in there at the time?
Probably.
Overtime. It just didn't look like he had a future over here. Brucey clearly didn't rate him, but he was a Rafa signing. Spent a fair bit of money on him at the time, and he's about a good 10, 12 million, something like that at the time, which is a fair bit of money for him, coming from the Championship as well with Norwich. But yeah, he's still here, Toon fan, and his goals and assists really, really go underrated. Like,
really do.
He's a class act, and as a squad player,
exactly.
Can't really get much better. If you need someone to come off the bench or fill in for, hopefully right wing's going to be a position that will improve in the summer. But to keep Murphy there as a squad player, someone who's going to perform when he comes on, Toon fan, gives it all that he's got every game, gets goals, gets assists, unreal.
Really good. Really good as a squad player, versatile, can fill in at full back, right back, like he has done. But on that right wing, I really like the quick crosses that he makes, instinct deliveries. And I tell you what, he will thrive on Thursday nights. Conference League, Murphy is the man. I'm telling you now, he will be absolutely loving Bosnia away on a Thursday night. That's where he's going to flourish. But he is a good squad player, but we do still need to strengthen.
Moldova
Murphy, aye. And then you mentioned Isak. Great finishes again, up top.
Class.
25 goals in all comps. What a season for him. And he still missed a bit through injury.
Was it 21 Prem goals, was
it? Was it 21 the Prem? Obviously Haaland won it again. Shocked when he got the golden boot. Boring. But Isak as well, scoring PSG away, put my 1-0 up. Do you know what I mean? What a game that was. That should have been the winner. Scored in all comps, 25 goals. Shout out Alex, please stay.
Did you have 2 against Sunderland in the derby?
2 against Sunderland, aye. Was it 2? Aye, definitely.
One from the penalty spot and one where Almiron nipped in and squared it, didn't he? So, unbelievable season. First Newcastle player to score 25 goals since Sheeran 03-04, so 20 seasons ago.
Wow.
Absolutely insane. So, Andy's had injuries and all. He hasn't even really been in the team consistently. He's had some rocky spells. Even just a couple of weeks ago, he was playing injured. Exactly. He had the cold for 2-3 games where he wasn't at his best. Yeah. Had a couple of big injuries before Christmas. So, hasn't had, 30... Has he played 30 games? I see his goal-to-game ratio.
Goal-to-game ratio would be good.
How many Premier League goals he's got played? He's scored 21 goals. If anyone can find out how many games he's played, that ratio must be absolutely unbelievable.
So impressive.
Yeah.
Another one who's impressive, talking about records and stuff, Bruno Guimaraes has covered the most distance out of anyone in the Premier League this season. It was 423 kilometres or something. He's streets ahead of everyone else as well.
I was surprised that I didn't think he moved that much. I know he's a bit of a box-to-box.
Gets fouled all the time. Puts his body on the line.
Yeah, that's a really impressive stat. I'm happy to see that one because if you asked me to fucking put a bet on the midfielder to cover the most distance, I definitely would have said Bruno.
I think that was the only thing that Sean did, really, isn't it? Andy's 8 goals this season. Come on now.
Fair play to Bruno. Yeah, really good season for him.
Yeah, and he got the old bucket hat celebration on the goal against Magic Palace. That was iconic. That'll go down in history, that picture.
Yeah,
you can't leave after that, can you? You can't, man. You can't.
His emotion and the scream. He always does that. He always he gets the scream on, the still image.
He loves it. Loves it.
But with the bucket hat on.
Did you see? You see Big Dan Burns' end of season quiz on Newcastle
Yes,
YouTube?
I did.
Where
Actually, I don't
did,
think I've seen all of it. I started it, but I don't think I finished it. Yeah.
Bruno did 8 celebrations in one celebration.
Was that in the last season? Was that not, that was against Brighton? That was last season.
The Brighton one,
yeah.
But it was that 8 celebrations after scoring 1 goal. Like, what the hell, man? Unbelievable.
Loves it. Couldn't get them all out. He obviously done the A for Arthur. He done the badge point in the smile.
Stood on the thing.
Yeah.
Did the LDR cups.
Yeah, done that. just went through the catalog.
Pulled the shirt down, kissed the badge, kissed the Salah logo, kissed the Noon logo, kissed his shin pads. That was a brilliant moment. Isaac passing him the bucket hat and Bruno put it on. Yeah. Great stuff. And a nice little dig from Bruno as well towards Danny Murphy with that comment about he's covering the most blades of grass, saying he's not athletic. That's what Murphy said about him. And he was the most athletic player on the Prem. So
well done, Murphy.
Good punnery there, Danny.
Good punnery again, Danny. Like,
how much is he on a year?
It's not often you're wrong, but I will just put that one in there.
Good super chat from Jabba Dabba Doo one this time. Shout out Adam Pierce and get well soon, bro. Indeed, we're sending our well wishes to Adam. Hopefully, he's recovering well. He has made his way out of A&E now. Thankfully, he's out of A&E now because he missed the Brentford game. I think he's missed the trip to Australia as well. So what a shame that is. But health is one of the most important things. So hopefully, Adam P's getting well soon, and we'll see him back very, very soon. Right then. So with that win against Brentford, we have secured Conference League if Man City win the Cup. Are you worried at all, Keg, that Man United do us over?
I think it'd be kind of mad not to. Like, yes, I think Man City should well and truly absolutely hammer them. As I've said before, that awful. They're a really, really shit team. It's embarrassing that we got beat by them. But there's always just that little demon in the back of my mind. That, like, just thinks like, there's just so much riding on it, and it's shit. I really, really can't fathom how that even works. Like,
such a bad rule.
I think they deserve to go in as well as, like, get rewarded with a European spot. But you shouldn't take someone else's spot that's earned it. That's bullshit.
So bad.
If you want to get in, finish in the top 7.
So you're telling me that someone can work for 38 games in a season, achieve that position, and then be snatched away because someone's had 5-6 good games? And
but I'm sure they were never the rules, because I'm sure back in the day,
I thought it was just an extra one.
I thought an FA Cup final, just an appearance, got you Europa League. This was
obviously
before.
Didn't like Millwall and Wigan.
I was going to say Millwall got to the final. I think it was like 2004 or something. I think they got beat like 4-0 off Man United or something like that, and they got Europa League. So you didn't need to win it to get Europa League. So why aren't Man United just in it now anyway? Like, win or lose, why don't they either get Europa League or Conference League? Because obviously the Conference League's still a new competition, like 2-3 years old. It's brand new. Like, I don't even fucking know what the rules are anymore. But yeah, why don't they just add Man United into either Europa League or Conference League instead of taking a place? Like, that doesn't make sense. Like, I'd like to go back and see, like, because I know Millwall played Europa League football because we're in the Championship as well at the time. Maybe it's even League One. So they got the FA Cup final when they were in the Championship or League One. I'm sure it was Championship. But yeah, they got Europa League, even though they got beat. But did they take someone's spot? Did someone lose a spot because Millwall made the FA Cup final? I don't think they did, you know. I think they got added to as like an achievement, like a bonus. Like, congratulations, you made the final. Here you go. Win or lose, you're in a European competition anyway.
Was that maybe the UEFA Cup and the rules have changed because of the Europa League and all that?
Oh, maybe. I've no idea. But it's bullshit. I think if we don't get Europe because of that, it's fucking disgraceful.
It is really bad.
I don't understand it at all. Like, yeah, gift Man United a spot in Europe, but don't take someone's spot. Nah.
Because the mad thing is that it's not just us that loses out in a sense, because if Man U do win the Cup, then Chelsea would knock down to the Conference League. Even though they finished 6th and got Europa League, Man U would take their Europa League spot, and then Chelsea would end up playing Conference League.
That's bollocks.
It's a crazy rule, that, isn't it, really? And someone was saying to me about, was it Germany or Italy or something? Like, their teams are flop big style, so we should take one of their places or something. I can't remember what it was now, but some sort of league position on one of the teams. But I just find it bizarre how you can work so hard all season, finish 6th or 7th, and then get robbed of that place because Yeah, it should be added if they win it. But
shite rules.
to be taken away.
Yes, I'm nervous because there's a lot lying on it, but yeah, Man City's way better than Man United. It should be an easy win for the Blues. And I hate Man City winning everything. 4 Premier Leagues in a row now. Is it going to be that 3rd FA Cup or 2nd in a row? Won the Champions League last year. Like, same teams winning shit really pisses me off. So I'd love nothing more than to see them lose. But because it directly impacts Newcastle.
Not now.
I'm a City fan for the day.
Yeah, win it all.
Gonna get my blue shirt out.
Aye, me know. Sky Blues. To be fair, it should have been a Sky Blue final.
Yeah,
Man U shouldn't even be in the final.
Yeah.
It should have been Coventry. Robbed by VR.
Yeah, poor Coventry.
And then we definitely would have knew because there's no chance Coventry would have been Man City.
Imagine if they did.
Imagine they did, aye.
We'd be having the same conversation. Like, are you worried about Coventry getting
well, you never know. Wigan did it. Wigan did it. Sidwell.
Was it Man City that played? No,
Aye.
Man City,
Aye,
like
did,
2010
aye.
or something.
Aye.
Aye, fucking hell, that's bad.
So there's that. There's obviously the fact it's a derby, but it's the same final as last year. It's a repeat. It's the 2023 derby because the final because
And City won that one.
City won that one and Man U were actually having a better season then.
True.
So
Yeah, finished 3rd last year. Yeah.
you know Rashford was single-handedly winning them games. Now we can't even get the England squad. So, but
Oh, that's true.
honestly, I'm not worried. Like I just think I've watched Man United in the flesh less than a week ago, and I know we got beat, but they're crap.
Yeah, they really are. I think I watched them play Everton, and again, they won. Like, they won 2-0. I think Everton at home a couple of months ago. I think it was his afternoon game. I was at my dad's. He was watching it, so I watched the first half. And although they were 2-0 up, because I think they got 2 penalties. I think Garnacho got fouled twice.
I love a penalty, like, so they'll definitely get a pen.
Yeah, and like Garnacho got fouled twice, and there were penalties, to be fair. Like, Everton's defence were fucking horrible that day, but Everton just battered them. Like, they went in at half-time 2-0 up, but by far the best team, like Man United, was shit. And I'm just thinking, like, how, man?
This is the worry, though, because they do have a way of just shithousing wins.
Yeah.
They've done it all season, really. They've played bad in a lot of games. And then you look at even
I don't
the
even
Brighton
think
game.
they've done well last year, but they still managed to come
Somehow
finish.
they won a cup and finished there, right?
mad.
But, you know, that Brighton game, the last game of the season, they were getting battered. Brighton missed loads of chances. They probably should have been 2-3 up Brighton, and they ended up getting beat 2-out. Yeah. It's just Ten Hag ball. He somehow manages to do it, but the thing is, now he's playing for his job. Probably a lot of footballers, a lot of the Man U stars are playing for their big contracts. I call them stars because they're on about $400,000 a week.
Yeah,
Honestly,
definitely got big contracts. You kind of quotation mark big contracts. They've got them big contracts.
Big contracts, but they don't deserve them. But I'm backing City, even though they're on a bender. Good old Jackie Grealish is stumbling out of clubs at 5 a.m. Rodri's getting absolutely mortal after that Premier League trophy the other day, the parade and all that. But listen, still got a few days to recover. I'll back a hungover Man City Pep Guardiola side over Ten Hag's Man United.
Yeah.
You do us a favour.
How are the
Send
Blues?
us to the Conference League.
Come on, the citizens.
We'll mention all the changes. We'll probably do a podcast on this near at the time and when we do get confirmed for European football. But the Conference League and the Europa League and the Champions League all changes its format next season. So it's now a league format, isn't it? It's not the good old group stage, the 4 teams, and it's mad how confusing it is. It's something like the teams in the group that finished 1st to 8th or 1st to 9th qualifying, and the mid-table teams play a playoff, and the bottom ones get relegated. In a sense, is they just get knocked out of the competition. And what the good thing is, though, I'll give them this: there's no more cup dropouts to the one below. So Champions League don't drop in the Europa League don't drop in the Conference League.
That's good. I never liked that rule.
No.
I always thought that was harsh on like the Europa League clubs, like who made it through. Like if you're a team that's really, really buzzing that you got Europa League, obviously a lot of teams want Champions League and find Europa League a bit of a shit competition to be in, like a Liverpool, a United, a City, or whatever like that. But for those like sort of Eastern European teams that never play in Europe, just get into the Europa League's mint, like big competition, can go for it. Surprisingly, get second place, get the knockout rounds. Then you could end up playing fucking Liverpool in the next round because they finished third in the Champions League. Like, that makes no sense. It's not fair at all. I've always hated that rule. So yeah, buzzing on getting rid of that.
Yeah, I think that's a good rule because that's a good point. You know, someone might get themselves to knock out, but then they come up against Barcelona and knock out the Champions League or the hard group.
How's that? Like, if you get knocked out, you get knocked out.
How
do you get knocked down to the next competition? Like, if you weren't good enough, you're not good enough. Like, that's your season done.
It's like a change.
Literally, you just get like the backhanded, like It's like when we got kicked out of the strip club in Newcastle, then got backhanded into Bijou VIP. So how did that happen? Like, we shouldn't be here. I got kicked out. Now I've been rewarded. Fucking VIP.
But if you look at the pots as well, everyone's already making us the favourite for the Conference League. You look at it, really.
Oh, God, have you seen the pots?
Aye. You got the picture of it? No,
I didn't save the picture.
But,
I can't even remember who
basically, everyone was making us and Napoli favourites because of the pots. I think it was in one of the group chats. Someone put it in as well. But you got Napoli in there. It's like Copenhagen obviously beat Man U. You look at the teams that are in there, and honestly, we are probably the favourites when you look at that, and that's mad. Saying Newcastle are favourites for a cup competition, but the pots were obviously just rumoured. They're not confirmed yet, not guaranteed.
It's projections.
I think the draw is the draw for the Conference League is end of August, middle of August, something like that. And obviously you start playing like September, October, November. So that would make us right up there to win a trophy, win a European trophy. Let's just hope City do the job and beat Man United on Thursday.
Yeah, I want to try and find that image because it was quite interesting because there's some okay teams in there, but like
some mad trips around there.
Not great. There we are, likes. That's what I was looking for. Couldn't find me likes. Let's have a look. Try and see if I can find it in me likes. Was that it? No, I think it was before then. I'm probably not going to be able to find it here. I can't remember when I seen it. I think it was like Friday or something.
So yeah, I only seen it after the Brentford game, me.
Ah, did you?
But anyways, we'll look forward to that and see who we end up getting. There's teams from all over the shop. Hungary, Bosnia, bloody Israel. 2 separate teams. Larnac, Aaron, the other one? Aye, Nufc FC. So then you've got
some
decent teams now. They're like Real Betis and that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's what I was trying to find. The pot 1 teams. Because, there's some okay teams. Like, Betis and I think Olympiacos could be in, who's in the final this year.
Aye. That final's tomorrow, I think, isn't it? In Dublin?
That's the Europa League, isn't it? Not the Conference League.
Europa League, aye. Yeah. Dublin Conference League is in Greece, isn't it? Olympiacos versus Fiorentina. It's in Athens, the final. Yeah. And then obviously next year is what you want to know. Conference League final in Poland. Book your flights now. Get your flights booked.
Interesting.
Newcastle, anyways, the first team have been on a flight for about 2 days now. They have finally landed on the other side of the world, Australia, in the post-season tour. Absolute madness. But we'll play tomorrow morning against Spurs. It's on nufc TV. If you're a season ticket holder, remember, you can watch the game for free or you can buy it for like a $5 or something. I think it's 10:30 in the morning. Kate, can you be watching that?
Yeah, absolutely not.
Granqual? Granqual's big game for the tune. I'll be watching it.
Do you got to pay for it?
$4.99.
No, I'm not paying that.
Oh, but you'll remember, so you get it for free.
Oh, yeah.
You should have got an email.
You know what it is? I was going into my junk. I never check my emails because I was going into my junk.
I need to change
that. Let's have a look at my junk. Let's try and see if I can get it.
If you remember a season ticket holder, you would have got an email with a code.
Watch our games for free.
Take this code off, Keg, if you want it. He's not going to use it. But I'll be watching a bit of that before I get on the train tomorrow.
Yeah, might as well. I'll be working at home tomorrow, so...
Oh, there you go. You're working really hard for a little bit, aye, working hard. Against Spurs, so Ange Postecoglou and Shoulder Army, we had a little chat today as well at some of the press conference in Melbourne. The players have been walking along the river and stuff. This Australia trip, you all know, it's just a money maker. The squad, Keg, were left out. A few of the big hitters. Even though you know Bruno's still there, Isaac's there, Trippier's there.
There's some bigger players than I was expecting, to be fair.
Aye, we've got some youngins in there as well.
Oh yeah, a lot of youngins. But,
even Diallo's there, who's been released.
Yeah. Well, probably not until like the June 30th or something.
No, it's pre-holiday.
Technically still a player. But I like Isaac and Wilson, Bruno. I was quite surprised there's some big name players in there. Pope as well. No Dubravka.
Bye, Marty. He's away.
I was a little bit surprised. Well, I'm not really surprised because he's played a lot of games this year and he's a first-team player. I didn't expect there was going to be many first-team players going, but yeah, nice little mix, youngsters and some first-teamers. So yeah, see what happens. It'll be interesting.
And then they play on Friday as well against the A-League All-Stars.
Is that like 8:05, I think?
That's even earlier, that one.
Yeah.
Mad, obviously, the time difference over there, isn't
it?
Yeah. But with that Australia trip, we've got, who did I say was missing? I don't think Longstaff travelled.
No, Longstaff wasn't there.
didn't travel.
Let's see if I can
obviously, Anthony Gordon, this is the segue I was leading into. Anthony Gordon didn't travel to Australia, but he will be linking up with England because the three-line squad, the provisional one for Euro 2024, was announced this afternoon. Gordon is in there. Trippier is in there. No Lewis Hall. Shame about that. Tino Livramento obviously got injured. I thought he might have had an outside chance as well because we've got new left backs. Luke Shaw's only left back. He's been injured forever.
Has he even played this season?
Nah, been injured the majority of the season. Obviously, Gomez can maybe play left back.
Trippier?
Trippier, Southgate probably Trippier,
Yeah,
loves him, doesn't he?
He's played there quite a few times, hasn't he? So, possibly.
The England squad there, obviously, this is a 33-man squad, I think, and it gets narrowed down to 26. Obviously, 3 more than usual. Normally, it's a 23-man squad for major tournaments. This year, it's 26. So the goalkeepers, Henderson, Pickford, Ramsdale, and James Trafford. Branthwaite, Dunk, Gomez, Gahey, Konza, Maguire, Quansah of Liverpool, Shaw, Stones, Trippier, and Walker are the defenders. Midfield, and obviously some of these, like Trent, midfielder. Now he kind of is, I guess.
Centre mid for England, but he's not.
Conor Gallagher, Curtis Jones, Kobe Mainoo, Declan Rice, and Adam Wharton. I want to talk about Adam Wharton because Newcastle were linked with him. Should have signed him, didn't. Went to Palace from Blackburn. He's been class.
Really good, yeah.
Good to see Southgate give him a chance, to be fair. Oh, yeah.
In the provisional, I can't see him making the squad, to be honest. But it's good for him to be named up. Like, obviously, he can play in the friendlies in the next couple of weeks. So
I think that middle of the park, though, we're missing something, aren't we? Now that Henderson's too old, obviously, he hasn't been called up, thankfully. He tried to go to Ajax, get more minutes, get called up.
But they've also got Bellingham listed as a forward. So I'd say him more as a centre mid. And because Big Rashi's not there, it's probably likely, I think we said it last week, that Phil Foden will probably be playing on the left wing, although centre mid's his best position. I'd move Alexander-Arnold to the defenders category, although I know he's probably going to be playing at centre mid, but Bellingham and Foden should be in the midfielders category for me. But if you look at that midfield, it looks shit.
Really
like,
shit.
Obviously, Trent will be
to be
playing.
fair, isn't great.
Yeah, like Trent will be playing centre mid, although he's not a midfielder. Other than that, Declan Rice is the only standout. Outside of Trent and Rice, Conor Gallagher, Curtis Jones, Kobe Mainoo, and Adam Wharton. Are you taking the fucking piss?
Awful. May as well chuck in Sean Longstaff.
Literally.
You know what I mean?
Right. Joe Willock, even though he's injured. Fucking Luke Shaw is, so...
Ramsdale hasn't played any minutes. Shaw hasn't played anything.
Ramsdale's a backup goalkeeper. Could have took Pope.
May as well took Pope. He's played more minutes in the last week than Ramsdale has in the past 9 months. But that midfield, unless you're going to start Mainoo, who's had a good season, but again, I don't think he's that ready yet. Rice is there. I think you've got to just go for Rice and Bellingham and then just go free flowing and have your Fodens, your Sakas, your Kanes, and everyone up top for me, right? Because
for me, I think it'll be Rice as the holder with Trent and Bellingham as your midfielders, midfield 2, with Foden on the left, although I'd rather probably have Foden instead of Trent playing centre mid. So I think that midfield will be class. Rice, Bellingham, and Foden. That's a midfield.
It's amazing. 3. But one of them gets injured and you're bringing in fucking Conor Gallagher or Curtis Jones. God.
Changes big time, doesn't it?
It's a good job we've got an easy group stage. I say easy.
Yeah, I'll say about that.
But like I said, finish off the squad there. Forwards, Bellingham is in that category because he pretty much plays as one for Real Madrid, I suppose, at 10, doesn't he? Excuse me. Jared Bowen, Eberechi Eze gets a chance. Phil Foden, Anthony Gordon, Jack Grealish, who again hasn't played hardly any minutes.
You know, I missed his name originally. So when I was looking through it, I was trying to see who's missed out, and I missed Grealish. And I was like, I'm pleasantly surprised at that because he doesn't deserve to go. He's done now. It's like I was really, really surprised at Rashford. I think he's the big, shocking one who's missed out. Yeah, I missed Grealish's name, and I was thinking, good, because he doesn't deserve to go. Like he's done now to do so. And then once I checked back and I seen his name, I was like, well, why the fuck's he there? Like, he doesn't deserve to be there.
Party time vibes.
Potentially takes a spot from Anthony Gordon, because as we've said,
Foden's
probably going to play on the left wing. I would have assumed Rashford would probably go and start, but he's not. Good, shouldn't be.
No.
Foden will probably go and start, although he shouldn't be, because that's not his best position. So then it's a toss-up between Gordon and Grealish. There's only one answer in there for me, but knowing Southgate, probably going to be Grealish. Yeah, I feel a bit sorry for Gordon that he's either probably going to be pushed out by Grealish, who doesn't deserve to be there, and Foden, who's out of position.
It'd be a joke if he gets pushed out for them. Yeah. I think Bowen will miss out. So I think Gordon might be all right.
In the squad? In the final squad?
In the final squad.
I don't even know about Bowen, because he's scored like 20 goals this season, hasn't he?
Has he?
Well, a few. A good 15, 16, something like that. He's had a really good year, Bowen. But way better than Grealish. I wouldn't take fucking Grealish, like. I'd drop him out.
Everyone's saying Dominic Solanke's unfortunately missed out because he scored over 20 goals this season. And
It's a fair point.
Ivan Toney's came in, who's had a bad season. Came out from his betting ban. He's came back in. He hasn't impressed at all. So just to round up the forwards there after Grealish, you've got Harry Kane, who's suffering with back injuries at the minute with Bayern. That's not a great sign. James Maddison, who's fell off a cliff, really. He may get booted out, to be fair. Maddison's had a bad... He started off great, got injured. Last few months, been quiet. Cole Palmer, very well deserved to be in there.
Palmer,
amazing.
Definitely.
Bukayo Saka, Tony and Watkins. Watkins has had a great season as well. Most assists in the Prem.
Yeah,
so
led the league in assists and still got, 18
he's
league
had a
goals
great
or something
season,
like that? 18
Watkins.
league goals, 13 assists, something like that. Outstanding season.
Yeah,
So he deserves to be there. No questions about that.
So if you had to, since Gareth's going to have to do this, he's going to have to get rid of, what was it, seven players he's going to have to get rid of?
Yeah.
Obviously, you automatically get rid of a keeper. There's Trafford.
Trafford gone.
So 6 to go. I think he probably gets rid of Kwanzaa as a youngin.
Yeah.
So
Shaw needs to prove his fitness, though, because why would he bother taking Shaw? I'd rather take Kwanzaa than Shaw, but yeah, Kwanzaa's youngin, maybe it's a bit too early for him. Wharton's probably gone.
Jones should be gone before Wharton, I think. But either one,
maybe.
Either one of you take one in midfield. So how many we've got? 3 left to go.
I think got to be Tony. I can't see the
Tony.
Well, I don't know, because you could do with 3 strikers at least, I suppose.
Maybe Tony.
There's no other out and out strikers there.
Eze, or Tony, Bowen and Eze, or Grealish.
I don't know, because you can't afford to lose any more midfielders. They were already too short there.
That's why you can you not?
Grealish, get rid of Grealish. He's done that.
Right? Yeah. Let us know in the chat what you would do with that England squad. But to be fair, I think it's a really good squad. I think there's the odd concern about midfield if we get injuries. There's odd concerns about defence, left back, and even the centre back pairing. Brentford's had a great season. Maguire's normally good for England and that. But is it good enough to win the Euros? Basically, is the question.
Looking at that, no.
I
don't think so.
Going forward, isn't it? Let's just do a Keegan special. Entertain us. Score more.
You're encouraged by some of the names there, especially Bellingham's, who's arguably one of the best players in the world. You've got a ton of potential with your Gordons and Palmers. Tony, although he hasn't had a great season. Watkins, your youngsters like Adam Wharton, Gerald Kwanzaa. Yeah, it looks good. Jared Braithwaite now, he's really good and young. But I don't know. We'll have this problem with England every fucking year, though. Even when you watch the under-21s, they won the Euros last year. And you look at them like, oh, this is the future, this, and this. They're all going to be superstars. And then they never end up being that.
No.
We're always...
Bottom Gordon, he's there.
We're always fall short. Our best years were 2018 World Cup semi-final, 2020, although 2021, Euro final, got beat, semi-final, final. Best we've ever done in 20, 30 years. And then last competition, we kind of fell off a cliff a little bit. We were a bit shit. And I just don't know. I just look at this squad.
What was the World Cup again? Semis on it? Semi against France? Was it quarter?
Oh, we didn't get the semis now.
Quarter against France.
Quarter, yeah. I don't know, but yeah, I'm not all that encouraged. Kobe Maino's got potential, Wharton's got potential, but I don't know. I just feel like they're all them guys that we thought were going to be someone and lead with somewhere. Rooney never fucking took anywhere. Gerrard, Lampard, Beckham, never done nothing to them. Are any of these any better
Terry,
than them guys?
Rio.
Yeah.
Actually cool.
I can't see any of these having a better career than them.
I think we're going to go far. I think we'll get in the final and probably get beat up France. If that's how it works out, or whatever stage we play France.
Yeah.
Because I look around, I tell you what, we'll leave
obviously better because you haven't got your Brazils and Argentinas, your South American teams and stuff like that. So it's a bit easier, but still, your France's, Germany's, Spain's. I don't know.
We'll definly come into this later in the summer. Obviously, we've got even less than a month to be fair until the Euro starts. So we'll do a dedicated podcast to the Euro. We'll do our predictions. Who we think is going to win it? Where's England going to get? Top goal scorer, all of that. So that'll be fun when we get towards that. England do play at St James, remember, in the Toon on the 3rd of June against Bosnia. Let's move on then to the title of the podcast. Took me 49 minutes to get into it. End of season awards. Player of the season. Keg, your Newcastle United player of the season.
There's only 2, and I would quite happily take either one. I know Gordon won the club's player of the season, and it's not a wrong answer, but I'm on the fence between him and Isaac. I don't know who I would give it to. Obviously, Isaac's goal record, first player in 25 years to score 25 goals. 20 Premier League goals plus. I don't know. I don't know how I can call it. Was he 10? Did he finish 10 goals and assists, Gordon?
More than that now.
Was it no?
I think it was maybe 12 and 11 or something like that. Or...
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how I can split them two. But it's one of them two without a doubt. No one come close to them two for me. So, yeah, I don't know. Who's yours?
It's hard to say. We're both of them, eh? Anthony Isak.
Yeah.
Split the bill.
Share it. Yeah.
Split the bill.
Break it in half.
No, I think I'll go. It's hard because Isak's goals have probably been a game changer, but then again, Gordon's popped up with lots of goals. Aaron said Shaw consistent all season. Again, great shout. Until the last month, even the last couple of weeks, it was
maybe he's a category 4 Shaw in there, but he's not player of the season. Like no chance.
I'm gonna go Gordon. Yeah, I'm gonna go Gordon.
I'll go with that. I'll give you the deciding vote because I'm on the fence. I find it difficult to split the two, to be honest.
I think how much he's kicked on, his goals and assist contributions, and
his improvement's been unreal because he's half season last year. He just couldn't get up to speed. His energy, what Howe was asking him to do from what Lampard was doing with him at Everton, they took him ages to come back, and he was honest about it. He says he struggled. Had a good Euros with England, won player of the tournament, didn't he? Mm-hmm. So yeah, the way he's pushed on. If there's a category for most improved player, yeah, fucking hands down.
Yeah, no, I would go Gordon. I would say the best thing about him as well has been his availability. He literally the only game he's missed in recent weeks. I think he missed Brentford and maybe one other, but he's been fit, available, and flying. Nate's put a mention in there for Bruno. Obviously, we mentioned.
Option, but yeah, I think them two are standouts for me.
I think they're head and shoulders just above them. So the unsung hero, we did talk earlier in the podcast about Jacob Murphy. His goals and assists towards the end of the season, his versatility, helping out the squad, everything else. You can see he's obviously great crack in the dressing room, so that's great for team morale and everything. Are you going to go with Murphy, or have you got someone else in mind?
I think Murphy's a cracking shout, and I think Shaw, as someone mentioned, he's nowhere near player of the season for me, but unsung hero, because I think he's one of them that doesn't get a lot of recognition, but he's been solid for us. Like, we done a video a few weeks ago about, is he the biggest bargain in the last however many years, or off on Newcastle? Like, absolutely outstanding. So, yeah, I think Shaw's an option. And I know he's not going to be the winner, and I'm probably going to take pelters for saying it, but you could give a shout out to Sean Longstaff for playing through the injuries that he's had and finished the season with 8 goals. For a centre midfield player who's been injured with 2 broken legs all year, his returns been all right, and he's put his body on the line for the club, playing through injuries because of the injuries and suspensions and stuff that we've had, but options have been limited. So he's put himself out there for the benefit of the club to make sure we've got 11 players on the field, 3 midfielders. He's got 8 goal contributions. So I'd like to give a special shout out to Sean Longstaff, although, he's not going to be the winner here. Murphy, very, very good shout because of how much I think he goes under the radar, how underrated he is. And I think Shaw's a good shout as well.
I really like the Shaw shout, that one, Shaw shout. That one makes sense. But I really like the Murphy one as well, of how he's kicked on the last few games and how important these goals and assists have been. Some great shouts in the comments. Kraft. You'll be back in your guy, Kraft.
My guy, Kraft.
Ian's going for Miley.
Kraft isn't a bad one at all, though, because, he's not everyone's cup of tea. A lot of people hate him.
Cost about 4 pence.
He's versatile with centre-back and right-back, centre-back, had all last year out with an ACL.
People forget that. Like,
he's not pretty, he's not sexy, but he comes in, does his job, he's fine. Like, the City and United game, he was absolutely class in the cup at the beginning of the season. Absolutely mint. I had a few sketchy spells at the back end of the season. The West Ham game where he came on and got took off.
That was awful.
Yeah, it was awful. I think Kraft's a good shout, but again, not going to be the winner in this one.
Who else did people mention? So Ian said Miley, Dan Byrne, Nate, Lewis Hall, Paul. I tell you what, if the season was keeping on going, Lewis Hall would be in with a shout, like.
Yeah,
with how well he's kicked on.
Late shout, yeah.
Matt Ritchie, best cheerleader of the season. He definitely wins that award. Bloody hell, he definitely wins that award. Second of the season.
There's some categories there now. Dummett, Kraft, Gillespie, Carrius. There's some kind of cheerleaders.
We've got a good squad. We've got a good High School Musical, like. Bloody hell. Next category is signing of the season.
This is a tough one because we didn't make many because of
Four.
FFP restraints.
Not in January.
One, technically on loan, we mentioned before, didn't really get into it until the back end of the season. One's been suspended all season. Barnes has been injured most of the season, had his decent moments. So by process of elimination, I've got to give it to Tino.
Has to be, doesn't it?
Yeah, like, that was it. Was it for them? For signings?
Not in January, so it was just out for it.
Yeah, so...
Tonali.
So yeah, process of elimination, I think it's got to be Tino for me. I think it's been absolutely class. Not just because of process of elimination. I think he's deserved it. I think he's been absolutely class. Some people might have questioned the price tag with his age, and he was another one who spent all last season up with an ACL and all. The way he came back, he's absolutely sensational. Him right back and left back.
And left back PSG away, that Dalton run that he then gave to Miggy.
So
that Isaac pounced on. Tino has been class. He looks like he's worth every penny. He's going to be our fullback for years.
Yeah, hopefully England's as well.
He should be England's. Whoever the next manager is, should be picking him. Let's just hope he can stay fit a bit more because he has missed a few handfuls of games at different moments. So that's been a downer for him. But great signing. Young lad. Bags of potential. Flop of the season.
Flop of the season. And again, I'm going to use the process of elimination method. And I don't think anyone's necessarily been a flop, but I think the standout candidate he has, unfortunately, although he doesn't deserve it, it's got to be Tonali.
Yeah.
Spent £55 million on him. Amazing his first game. Did he get man of the match? He must have done. He was class against Villa.
So did a few others.
But then you've got to remember, after that, he had a bit of a rocky spell. That was the argument between do him and Bruno fit. We went through the loss of City, Liverpool. We lost to Brighton. We drew with AC Milan. Went through a bit of a bad spell. Then Sean Longstaff came in and steadied the ship a little bit. And then he ended up out for the rest of the season through suspension. So yeah, I'd harshly give it to Tonali.
This is a great job by Les Target.
What the fuck's happened to him?
Injured all the time. Even when he came back against Man U in the Cup for 2 minutes, injured. Came back against someone else a few months ago. And he's pictured in the moon boot. My days.
Yeah, he's been a big shame. But yeah, I just think with the value of Tonali and how the expectation of him and his unbelievable debut, such high expectations, big price tag, and then what happened, and it's just unfortunate.
Literally, with our FFP restraints, we did lump our hopes on him. Didn't we really?
We spent our budget on Tonali. We had to sell some maximum to be able to afford Barnes and Tino.
So Tonali's probably the right one for me, even though it is harsh because he hasn't been on the pitch to show it. I think flop should be someone who's not performing well necessarily. He hasn't been given the chance to do that. But I'd probably agree. Someone that shouts here in the comments, Dubravka. I wouldn't be far off that now because I think he's been crap for months now. Dubravka is Aaron.
I'd say that's a little bit harsh because he stepped in when he needed. Again, we're forced into making a change. Made
should have got someone
saves.
In January.
Yeah, he hasn't been. But then
I would have had to hear on a free me.
We've got too many. We've got. We did sell Darlow, didn't we? He's not on loan.
Yeah.
Fucking hell.
Probably for about 800 grand.
In fact, I think it was not like 300. I think it was 300 grand.
God, mate, that's pathetic.
Now we've got Gillespie and Karius. We've got goalkeepers. I don't really get the point in signing another one. So yeah, you can give that to Dubravka, but yeah, I think that's maybe a little bit harsh. Hasn't been great.
I wouldn't give it. No.
But he stepped in and filled the spot, made some saves when he needed to. So yeah, he's just whatever for Dubravka.
He's saying Dan Burn. I'd say that's a bit harsh. Especially the centre-back appearances he's done lately.
Yeah, it's
harsh.
Left
he did make a lot of mistakes.
He had a bit of a bad spell, definitely.
Yeah, terrible spell. So did Trippier, though, which 80, who's a member, said Trippier as well.
To be fair, he could be flop of the season.
After last year.
Trippier's been fucking shit, though.
Johnny has been shit.
Oh, no, that's harsh.
Cost us big moments as well, though. Chelsea in the Cup.
Because did he not still got 10 assists or something, even though he's...
Oh, I did start the season well, didn't he?
Yeah, so I think that's harsh on Trippier, but yeah.
Harsh by Nate to mention Wilson, I think. I know he's been injured, but he still popped up and scored some good goals.
Yeah, must have got 10 goals, did he? No competitions with me? Yeah, I got harsh on Wilson.
You're not going to like this one, Longstaff?
I know why people say it, but yeah, I disagree. I think he's had more pelters than he deserves this season.
I'd give it to Tonali.
Yeah.
Highlight of the season, and there has been lots,
It's been a rocky season. The season in general has had its pelters, but you're right. It's been one of the best seasons I can remember in a long, long time. But yeah, so many memories. We can go through them if you want, but That's one for me, and it's not even close. It's PSG.
I see. It has to be
Not even close. Like,
PSG 4-1.
Sunderland first game in, 7 years? 6 years?
Yeah, at least, I think, right?
Something like that. So, yeah, to go away, beat them 3-0. But no disrespect or shot intended, but they're a fucking championship team.
Yeah.
And just come up from League One and are like, who cares? Fuck Sunderland. PSG's the big boys.
PSG was just...
I think just to scrape a result against them, I'd have been buzzed. I think a draw, I'd have been tugging myself silly over a draw if you offered us it.
The hope that kills you, isn't it? When we beat them 4-1, I was thinking, we're going to go and follow the Champions League. Piece of business.
God, and now literally Mbappe was pocketed. Dembele was pocketed by Big Dan Ben.
There you go.
Absolutely insane. Like that's a highlight of a lifetime. That's like fuck the season.
No,
like,
it is a highlight. I think best.
Was that our first home game? That was the first home game, wasn't
the Champions League.
Yeah, first home Champions League
war
game in 20
flags,
years,
everything.
And we do that.
Atmosphere.
Man. Oh, that's a memory for life. That.
It was off the charts, man.
Yeah.
Off the charts. And I will obviously mention, you said at the Watkins game, that was great. 3-0 away to Man U in the Carabao Cup, that was class. At home to Man City in the Carabao Cup, that set us up for that game. I was there, Bramall Lane, 8-0. That was an unreal day. Arsenal at home, Villa at home. And then personally for me, like being the San Siro was something special. And that was 0-0, but it was just like, when we started this channel a few years ago, and I didn't think I'd be getting the San Siro.
The whole Champions League journey, like I know, like some results didn't go our way, but like every Champions League game, home and away, it's just special, man. Just great to be back, like rubbing shoulders among the big boys, and we might have finished bottom of the group, but we didn't let ourselves down.
No,
we didn't embarrass ourselves. We didn't get hammered by anyone. And in fact, we gave the hammerings to PSG.
Exactly.
Like, nobody beat us 4-1.
And look at Dortmund are in the final.
Yeah,
they were in our group. PSG were in the semis.
I think 2-0 away. That was our heaviest defeat to the finalists.
Exactly.
We're done mint.
Done well.
We're done class. We could have finished bottom of Man United's group though, but that's a different story now.
That's a different story, yeah. Ian's brought up the next point. Then he's brought up some depressing away games. West Ham 2-2. Oh, was that? That wasn't that depressing. Luton 1-0. That was very depressing. Thankfully, I wasn't there.
Well, that is the
that
next
leads us on
category.
To the
low light of the season. Yeah, go through them again because
Luton's got to be up there, hasn't it? Luton 1-0. I predicted we'd lose that game either. I seen it a mile off. Yeah, I got pelted that in the preview. Native. I was realistic. I can see it happen. I've seen it happen a mile off.
I was worried about that because when they first got promoted, I was thinking, that's 6 points in the bag. No worries. Bang. Easy.
Did he beat them once?
Yeah, we got 1 point out of them.
I'm pleased they got relegated. Fuck you, Luton. We'll never see you again.
Did we draw to Burnley? No, we beat them 1-0 and then the most recent one, didn't we?
Andrew's saying Forest at home, Chris Wood hat-trick. That's a great shout.
That's a very good shout.
That was awful.
Yeah, that's a good one.
PSG away, the penalty, says Jamie Alt, lowest point of the season. I was there, that was heartbreaking.
Disappointing,
but I was still, we came away with a point.
Again, you offer a
proud
point
of the performance.
Yeah, you get offered a point away to Paris. Bloody hell, you take that, don't you? Like, it's just obviously the disappointing, awful refereeing. So, yeah, you cannot say that's a low light. Because, yeah, we should have won, man. Awful VAR decision. Referee needs to take his pelters there. The result was good. Just the disappointing penalty at the end was disappointing.
Brighton away, 3-0. That was awful.
Oh, 3-1. We got a consolation.
Oh, Wilson got the consolation, didn't he?
Might as well have been 3-0. Was nothing.
Might as well have, aye.
That was horrible.
I'll tell you what mine was. That hasn't been mentioned by the chat yet. It was Chelsea in the Carabao Cup. It was the quarter-final. Well, 1-0 up. Trippier with a terrible mistake in the last second, man. In the last second. Because the thing is, right, it's the compounding effect of that for me. He doesn't make that mistake. We get through to a semi-final against Middlesbrough. How class that would have been, by the way. They haven't played Middlesbrough in years. I know it's not a huge derby, but it's still something, and it's still, we're going to beat them, so you're now going to get back to Wembley. And then we're going to Wembley and we play Liverpool's kids, Klopp's kids. They played Chelsea, and they played the kids. We could have won that. Yeah. And it would have been back at Box Park. Obviously, I hosted that fans. That was a great day. So that mistake for me, and I remember being so angry because Chelsea were really bad that day as well. And Wilson scored a good goal. We kind of sat back. We had so many injuries. We were knackered. But for me, that was the low. Like that's the lowest I felt. That was miserable.
For me, I feel like that's another just disappointing one because we should have won. It was just a bad mistake, like sort of like the PSG one. Like VAR fucked her over that day. that day, Trippier fucked over, really. That was.
Then we lose on penalties.
So, yeah,
we never win on penalties, just like England.
Yeah, I would say a low light is just really like an embarrassing defeat. Like, I think Brighton, Brighton and Forest are
Forest at home
right
has to be
there for me. Like,
the most embarrassing.
Yeah.
Chris Wood scoring a hat trick,
especially at home to Chris Wood. Yeah. That was a big kick in the dick. That like.
He scored about
3-1. Did we not go 1-0 up?
I went 1-0 up.
Yeah, 1-0 up by 3-1. Yeah, Chris Wood scoring a hat trick against the on your own stomping ground. That's bad crap.
It was bad. That's our awards done then, I think, for this season. We're going to finish on 2 other questions and make sure you get yours in the comments before we sign out this podcast. Keig, one player you want to sign this summer?
I'm not a fan of these kind of questions because I think putting a name on a player is difficult because there's a lot of things that we need. There's various positions that we need to fill. I'm a little bit more squad orientated than an individual. There's a lot of players on the market, a lot of positions that we need to fill. Depends on budget, what we want to spend, what European competition we're going to be in and all. So,
if any?
Yeah.
Well, the Conference League, if any?
Yeah, I don't know on a specific name. I don't know. I'd just like a big sexy number 6, mate.
Section number 6, aye? Yeah. So who are you dropping out of that midfield then? If Jonathan, Tonali and Bruno over?
As of right now, Tonali, and I'd push Bruno forward. I think 6 isn't his best position. I think he'd put Bruno in the 8. Joey just be the big shithouse that he is. And then Tonali can work his way in as Bruno's /backup number 6 backup as well. Like, I don't know, because we've got options, because you still got like your Willocks and your Andersons, your Longstaffs, your Mileys. Like, we've got a good group of midfielders, but I just feel like a protector for the number 6 is massive, and Bruno and Tonali aren't it. Joey can be, but I want like a Makaleli, I want like a Kante, like someone who can, or Pirlo's, who can just sit there, isn't asked about getting forward. That's what frees up your Brunos to go and do what he does best. Someone that just sits back, defends, sweeps up, passes it, and that's it. Doesn't need to do nout flash, nout sexy. Just stick in a tackle, win back possession, pass it forward. That's it. I think that would be massive for the defence more than anything. And I think you get the best out of Bruno doing that as well.
Ross Barkley, that's your dream.
Ross Barkley, get him in, 2 million.
He's linked, free agent. He's meant to be going.
Is he?
Aye. He's linked.
Oh, that's horrible.
Well,
I remember we were after him a few years ago, when he was at Everton.
Like, a great season for Luton.
20 million offers. People were after him. I loved him back then. I was a big fan of Ross Barkley, but
apparently Aston Villa won him another. So
he was on loan there, wasn't he? He was alright, wasn't
he? Interesting. I'm gonna say Michael Elise. That's who I want now. Give me that right winger who can finally score goals and assist on a consistent basis.
That's my next option, because last year my dream signing was Moussa Diaby as a right winger. I wanted that position filled in more than anything. I'm a little bit more comfortable about it now. I'm just really looking forward to seeing what Yankuba Minteh can do.
Your guy.
Yeah, but I do agree that I don't think even if we're sold Almiron,
get rid of him.
We've got Murphy. We can see what Minteh can do. But I think a really good right winger, like an Elise, someone like that. I think that'd be absolutely class.
That's my dream saying, like, and it's up between us and Man United. Apparently, 60 million release clause. I really hope we can make it happen, because I'm telling you, that front 3 of Elise, Isak, and Gordon is frightening.
It's
really got goals across it all. Oh man, that's my dream saying this summer.
Creativity, dribbling, crosses, goals, sexy style of football. Absolutely unreal.
Couple of shouts in the comments here. There's another player that I want. I think we want to sign him as well. Did it on me FIFA.
Benjamin
Graham
Sesko.
Mode, Benji Sesko. Ian wants him. Andrew wants him.
Nice. We do need a striker and all.
Paul wants Cole Palmer. That'd be nice. Can't see him leaving Chelsea. He'd be on more money than anybody else at our club, times 3. Aaron wants Elise all day. Zuba Mendy would be class for us in a 6. Jared Bowen all day says RG Fox. Tyree Bowen from West Ham. That'd be nice. Yeah. Or Kudus. Either. That'd be nice. Both of them would be nice. Wingers that contribute to goals every one good month a season. That leads us on into the final question of our end of season reward/review. One player to sell. Who are you getting rid of? Bye. Pack your bags. Piss off.
Do you want a list?
I want your most important one. You can only sell one.
Most important one. For me, it would be Almiron.
Not even close.
Because
for me. Yeah, we need now.
He's mostly the most valuable. Like, of the other donkeys that you can pack the bags, you're not going to get knout for.
Yeah.
But Almiron's touching 30, hasn't even reached his full potential.
Don't think he has one.
Not good enough. Knee right foot as a right winger is embarrassing.
Or left.
Yes, left foot's not much better. Yeah. We just need a big upgrade on that right wing. So as I say, we've got Murphy, we've got Minter. Hopefully we'll get a new signing in. He's just the odd one out. Hard worker, grafts, gets back, helps the defence, but generally just not good enough.
No.
He has purple patches 1 month every year, but
it's always Halloween.
Not good enough over the course of the season.
No trick or treat.
But yeah, the big thing is I think the value. I think we can still sell him on for more money than he's worth.
20, 25?
And that's the big thing for FFP reasons more than anything, plus adding it to your budget. Like, who else are we going to be able to get 20, 25 million for?
No.
Who's
No one.
worth selling?
No one.
Like, along with I've peeled it out of the contract, like Richie, Dummett, Karius, Gillespie might be getting new contracts, but you get pennies for them even if they weren't in contract.
Right, not even pennies. I think it's an easy shout for me. It has to be Almiron. You've mentioned the fee that we can hopefully command. And there's talks that he doesn't want to go. Well, tough titties. You know what I mean? You don't get everything you want in life. You've stayed here long enough. We're wanting to sell him in January. It's like, Al Shabab from Saudi, we're offering 30 mil in January. Cheers, Miggy, for not leaving.
It's like Benji Muawari.
Aye. Ben Johnny.
Don't want to go, boss.
Aye, Harry Redknapp.
You got to go, Benji.
Leave. You got to leave. That's what Eddie's got to say.
I'll put it myself.
I mean, the Saudis got to be like, you got to come, Miggy. You know what I mean? You've got to come, because if he had left in January, we would have got 30 million for him. Could have done something with it, but just think, Miggy, you know, you can have a great life out there in Saudi. Massive mansion, nice weather.
It's lush out there.
Easy. You look like fucking Messi out there. You'll be all right, man. Just enjoy yourself. Your generational wealth. Take it, please. Almiron, some other shouts. So the first few people said Almiron. That was Aaron, Paul, Andrew, and Ian, who also added Wilson and Longstaff to the list. Les then said Longstaff. Jamie Old, who's a member. Miggy, since we get decent money in PR profit. Ian, Karius, Richie, Dummett, Hayden, Hendrick. Well, they're all good anyways. Well, all of them.
They're not my dream cells. They're just the bog standards.
So Karius, Hayden, Hendrick should be going, but obviously there's rumours that Richie and Dummett might be offered new contracts.
Is Hayden not still in contract? He's still like 2 years.
Who's that?
Isaac Hayden.
He's
in contract like 26 or something.
One of them's got made up one left, aye.
Okay.
But Richie and Dummett, there's rumours that they might have an extension because if we get Conference League because of squad, which we'll talk about what happens, because I can't be dealing with it. I'll make a video on that when it happens, because it's going to be a rant. Because if we keep a hold of them, no, thank you.
Really,
no, thank you. Brent, who's a member, says Longstaff as it would help FFP, which it would. So Longstaff, if you get decent money for him, homegrown player, FFP.
Depends what you get for him. I don't know
Say
what his value would
Wolves
be.
or West Ham offered him 15 million or something. Take that.
15 million, it's not bad.
Because he's not going to be on it. He's not even close now for me. See,
but
if
I'd
we've got
rather keep him though, because he's homegrown, than like your Dummets and stuff.
Well,
he's more valuable than a Dummett. Like, what the fuck's Dummett done in the past 20 years?
Nope, we got paid to just chill. Absolutely chill now.
Yeah, if you're going to keep a hold of them because of homegrown reasons, I'd rather just keep hold of Longstaff. Unless we're going to get mad money for him. I think 15 is decent value, but if we're going to pull someone's pants down with like 25 or something, then pack your bags. For 15, might as well just keep him.
Aaron's got a good show. Yeah, Target, as you can sell for decent money, Prem proven, decent age.
That's a good show.
Prem proven and decent age is true, but the injuries isn't going to help it at all, because his minutes have been shocking for the past couple of years, really. Yeah. Since he signed permanently for us. Yeah, that unreal loan spell.
Yeah, he was unreal.
And permanently, it's been a disaster.
It's been unfortunate because I was
well.
a big fan of him. I really, really liked him. Like I said, that loan spell that he had was class. And that just opened the door for Dan Burn to start left back season before the last, wasn't it?
And honestly, if Target, listen to this, if Target was fit, then you had Lewis Hall as your starting left back next year. Target is your number 2 for Thursday nights.
Yeah.
That would then free up Burners to be that centre back, because we've got injuries to Botman and Lascelles. And obviously we're maybe saying Kelly, Tossin. So it's not, that would be sound.
Great squad depth. Yeah.
Great, but he just cannot stay fit.
Yeah,
kind of keep the moon boot off.
He's a shame, him. I'm a big fan of Matt Target. I wish he could stay healthy and get some game time, but yeah, it's just not really be meant to be, is it?
Not meant to be. Right then, let's finish off. We've already previewed the FA Cup game earlier in the podcast. Listen to it back if you haven't live. I want your score prediction, Keg. And will we get Conference League?
Better.
Penalty. I want to get them all over.
Yeah, I'm confident in City. I'm nervous about it because there's a lot on the line for Newcastle. So yeah, I'm worried about the Man United upset. But 3-0 City.
3-0 City?
Yeah.
I hear the worry because it's Newcastle. I think we're going to get shafted. It is a cup final. Anything can happen. It is a derby. But I'm telling you, Man City are clearly.
Yeah, miles. What was it last year? Was it 2-0? 2 Gundogan, one in the first 8 seconds.
We'll have it up, please. Settle the names. So there you go. Phil Foden.
Love that.
Like you did with the Premier League the
Get
other day.
Gundogan back in.
I'm going to go on 3-1 City.
Yeah, it's got to be comfortable. Like miles better.
That means we can start planning our random Thursday night trips to Eastern Europe, Slovenia, Kazakhstan with Bora. All out of the shop. Can't wait for it. Jamie Alty, I will finish on this question. Thanks again for being a member. Are you still doing the podcast during the summer window? Absolutely. Every Tuesday, live at 7, because we'll be having plenty to talk about over the summer, I'm sure. Pre-season, transfer, loads of transfer windows, rumours, videos, everything else. The new kits. Listen, it's Newcastle United today before we went live. This news of Dan Ashworth being a snake. There's always stuff to talk about.
There's always news in the
Always
summer.
news. And unfortunately, Kay's just to say taking himself a little holiday next week.
Yes, well, it's not really my fault.
Sunbathe and that. It's nice. But he's not going to be here. However, I'll still be here. And I'll be getting a special guest on board as well. And that's what we're going to do throughout the summer as well. Well, that will be revealed soon.
We'll have lineups prepared.
We'll have. So we've got some special guests coming on over the summer as well. Some local celebs, journalists, ex-players, stuff like that coming over the summer. So stay tuned to the Magpie Channel TV. Do subscribe if you haven't already. Please do like this video if you haven't already as well. And remember, you can listen back to the podcast on all audio platforms, Spotify, Google, Apple, all of that, wherever you listen to them. We are there.
We're there.
And remember, thanks to Anarchy Brewery for hosting us this evening. And you can scan the QR code in the top corner of your screen to get yourselves a pack of War beer, support War flags in the process, or any other delicious beers that they have on offer. Big up everyone for tuning into the podcast tonight and your support throughout the season. It is very much appreciated, but we will see you next Tuesday, live again, 7 p.m. Enjoy yourself.
I'll see you in a fortnight.
And he'll be in, where are you going to hold him?
Malta.
Malta.
See you there.